Betty Fields is a mother of 2 children with autism. For her, each passing day is scheduled to the minute. Even a short walk is a rare opportunity to reflect and gather strength to continue raising 2 sons labeled special or different by society. Instead, she is trying to reset the narrative.
Different, not less, is a saying from a really famous autistic woman, Temple Grandin. She became famous because of autism, and that's one of her sayings in her book, different, not less.
Hunter is 12, Colby 10. In both cases, Betty discovered they had autism when they were 2 years old. For the first child, doctors gave Betty hope, calling Hunter's delayed speech development a result of teaching him 2 languages, English and Spanish, simultaneously.
He had some signs of autism, but not all of them. Like he didn't line up things, and he was his eye contact was good. He was happy, so it didn't seem like it was autism. It seemed like more of a delay. So, and then with my other son, I kind of knew what to look for. It's hard. You don't, even though you know it's there, you're like, oh my gosh, how are you going to deal with it?
It's a question faced by millions of parents in the US, where an estimated 1 in 68 children has autism. Most commonly diagnosed in boys, autism is addressed in many states by school-based therapeutic and inclusion specialists who help the kids with social integration.
The communication is difficult, socialization is difficult. So those are the most typical things about individuals with autism, but again, the characteristics can really range. You and I right now are hearing each other. An individual with autism might hear this light that's on. They might hear the rotating of the camera and the fan that's on, and me shaking my foot sometimes, and someone walking out there, all at the same noise level. That's gotta be very overwhelming.
Hello. What? Is that your other favorite thing? Let me see. Who do you have? Let me show me. Tell me who they are. Oh. It's okay. All right, you want me to tell them?
Betty says that she prefers not to overwhelm her children with after-school therapy. They get all necessary development classes within the school.
Just because they're autistic, I don't think that we should stop living, So I try to, we go swimming, and I try to get them involved with that. Just do atypical things of what other kids do.
Today, in the United States, most children with autism study in regular schools. Depending on their abilities, an autistic child attends special needs classes or regular classes along with children without disabilities. Betty's sons study at their local public school along with other kids in the neighborhood, and she is happy with the quality of education. Author John Donovan says there is no magic pill to treat autism, and the causes of the disorder remain unclear. He says for many parents the most important thing is to recognize and accept the child as he or she is.
Parents I know who have had children with autism for a long time have usually reached a point where they have accepted who their child is as that child is. When the children are younger, a lot of them, it's not that they don't recognize it, although some don't want to go for a diagnosis, they're scared to. It's more that they say, I'm going to save my child from this. It really does change a parent's life. Not every parent wants their life to be changed right away, but in time I've seen many come to accept it.
Betty calls these years the most difficult in her life. Her rule of thumb is to never compare her sons to other children, but to accept them as they are and to live their lives accordingly. Anush, Avetisyan, VOA News, Fairfax, Virginia.